And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today, as always. We are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/Takes by Fans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we're on podcasting apps, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, folks. However you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today is a big old Thursday. Today is a big old Thursday. So continuing on like we did yesterday, we watched the first quarter of the Chiefs-Bucs game. We're going to be watching the second quarter today. What are we going to find out today against, about the Chiefs and the Bucs and what they did against each other in Week 12? So once again, just trying to solidify our pick for the Super Bowl. We're still rocking with Chiefs -3.5. We locked it in at Chiefs -3. But we are still going to say that the Chiefs are going to win this game so far, but we'll see if the film changes our mind any. So we've got that on the show, and then, like always, breaking down the NBA. So let's just jump right into it today. Let me turn this down. I'm super loud. Alrighty. Okay. Now we're good to go. Okay, here we go. Let's jump right into these stories. And our Super Bowl today that we're going to be highlighting is the Philly Special Bowl that once again beat Tom Brady. Damn. Lost to Eli Manning twice, lost to Nick Foles once, and this is a main reason why they lost the play on 4th and 1 with 34 seconds left to go in the first half. Doug Peterson says, you know what, let's go with this trick play. Let's try and get some points, because how do you beat the Patriots? How do you beat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl? You just have to try and outscore him. So that's what Doug Peterson tried to do here. They already had a 3-point lead, wanted to extend it a little bit more, and because of this touchdown right here, I mean, folks, look at the final score here, 41-33. That's the final 8-point game, one-possession game. They score a touchdown here off the Philly special. You can trace the win back to this, huge momentum-shifting touchdown right here. So let's watch the play one more time. Nick Foles starts in the backfield, then he inches his way up, and now it's a direct snap to the running back, who gives it to the tight end, and then Nick Foles sprints out, and he's a receiver now, and then the tight end delivers a wide open ball to a wide open Nick Foles, and the rest is history after that. So Nick Foles, can you believe that a backup quarterback that has not even had success on the Chicago Bears, he is a quarterback that was able to take down Tom Brady? It's kind of unfortunate, right? Damn, still can't believe it. What a great play. I mean, Doug Peterson, he deserved to get fired? No, he won a ring. He was aggressive. He beat the greatest dynasty of all time, and you let him go because one mediocre season? I don't know, man. I still think Doug Peterson can coach. It looks like he's going to be taking this year off, trying to wait till 2022 to find a new coaching job, because there's really no more coaching jobs left. I think they've all gotten filled. Houston's got theirs. The Colts got the Eagles both have their coaches, I believe, now. So, Doug Peterson looking to take this year off. Unfortunate how you can go from Super Bowl champion 3 years ago to unemployed, right? So the Philly special, 3 years ago, Eagles beat the Patriots 41-33. Alrighty, and Derek Carr, little trade rumors here. So Derek Carr is expected to be pursued by multiple teams via trade, and could be involved with a trade for the Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. So if the Raiders try to trade Derek Carr straight up for Deshaun Watson, I don't even want to know what they have to give up. Do you see what the Lions or what the Rams had to give up just to get rid of Jared Goff for Matt Stafford? They had to get rid of 2 first-round picks. So Deshaun Watson's probably worth about 4, maybe 5 first-round picks. So we'll see if the Raiders are going to be interested in trading all that kind of capital to try and get Deshaun Watson. And, I had to double-check Derek Carr's stats, because I was like, why would people want to be trading for this man? But he had a really decent season. It didn't translate to wins, unfortunately, but he had 67% completion percentage, absolutely magnificent. 4,100 yards, which is exactly where I want you to be, 4,000 yards plus. And then, he had 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, 27 touchdowns, 9 picks. So he did have a good season. The Raiders were good in the first half of the season, and now it's starting to look like that John Gruden is kind of the one that isn't, putting in all the work. He's the one that maybe is floundering this team, because this is back-to-back years where the first half of the season they're fine, but the back half they can't close it out. And I don't think talent just, dissipates like that over the course of a season. I think it's the coaching. That's why Seattle struggled so much. It wasn't because Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf weren't doing good. It was Brian Schottenheimer not calling right plays, not being predictable with the offense. So Derek Carr, he does have some trade value. He's got a good arm. He's got some great stats. Doesn't really turn over the ball, and maybe it's just John Gruden can't coach well. And I think that's a decent narrative, because we saw what he did with Tampa Bay. He coached a team to a Super Bowl, but he didn't really build the team himself, never really had success, just by himself. So, we'll have to keep an eye on to see where Derek Carr goes. Alrighty, these next couple ones are about Tua. So here we go. Yesterday on Good Morning Football, Tua was asked if he's the team franchise quarterback. I mean, folks, can we stop all this disrespect on Tua? I mean, everybody wants to throw dirt on him and say he's not even the guy, and he's everybody's making him second guess himself here. So let's tone it down on Tua. Tua, hey. We're big fans of you here over at Takes by Fans. We got you. We have no question that you're going to be the starter. We know you're the starter. We wanted you over Ryan Fitzpatrick. We still like what you do. So you still got some fans out there, dude. So here we go. QB Tua Tagovailoa was asked if he's the team's franchise quarterback now and going forward, and then he says, quote, "I would say yes. What I can do is control what I can control. My focus is being the best person I can be. Strict, what you have to say in this situation." So, great answer by the man, I would say. And he's playing really well, but you can kind of, see that everybody's second guessing himself. Everybody's second guessing him, and he's trying not to second guess himself and get down on himself. He's trying to elevate himself, and he's saying that he can, quote, make the jump from year 1 to year 2. And I mean, folks, he started like 6-7 games into the season. You can't just throw rookies out there and expect them to be good without a training camp. I know that Justin Herbert had decent success, but it still really didn't translate to wins early on. Yes, they ended up finishing with like 7 wins or something like that, but still at the end of the day, I mean, Justin Herbert struggled with the winning part early in his rookie season, where Tua, yes, he wasn't magnificent in the stats, but he was still getting it done, being the game manager, closing out games, not turning the ball over, and getting the wins. Yes, the defense was a big part of that, but still, offense and defense are only 50% of the game. So Tua is still doing his thing out there. We're still on him. I'm not going to knock Tua. I'm not going to buy into knocking Tua. I'm not going to be bullied into knocking Tua. We're big Tua fans over here. Alrighty, and then once again, the only rational pick at number 3 is to go with Devontae Smith. And, he was asked, Devontae Smith on returning with Tua in the NFL, and then we get the quote, "I'll play for whoever, but being with Tua would be cool." And yes, that would be cool. That would be great. It would be fantastic. It would be magnificent. They would both win 10 Super Bowls. They would both have 10 rings. They would both be in the Hall of Fame. They would both have 5 MVPs between each other, because that's how great these two are together. So our daily notice here, our daily call, Brian Flores. Get Devontae Smith at number 3. That's the only pick. That's the only choice. Please call me if you have any other questions. I'm open. You can reach me. I'm here every day, noon, Eastern. Come get me. So Brian Flores, please do the right decision. Alrighty, here we go. Dr. Alan Stills for the NFL says that COVID-19 positivity rate this season was 0.08%. Let's give it up for him, folks. The NFL did it. We're almost there. We still got about 5 days left of the NFL season. So right now they have done it, folks. They have done it. They have stopped really the COVID spread here in the NFL. It hasn't really been that big of an issue. Yes, we had a bad week with the Titans early on. Yes, we had a bad week with the Browns kind of later in this, or the Ravens a little later in the season. But hey, I mean, no games really got pushed back there was what two, 3, 4 games that had to get like pushed back a couple of days. Nothing, weeks, months, postponements. Nothing that really derailed the postseason. That started on time. The Super Bowl is going to be played regardless of who's out there. But yes, the NFL has done a fantastic job curbing the COVID crisis with the NFL. So very well done. There was no bubble. Teams going from Pittsburgh to, the Ravens, Pittsburgh to LA, Miami to New York to LA, New York to Seattle, Seattle to Washington, the other Washington. So very well done to the NFL. Now can the NBA get their act together? They're costing the Heat like a playoff spot because they had Jimmy Butler out for about like 2 weeks and they lost every game. So now the Heat are struggling to even make the playoffs because the NBA can't have a 0.08% positivity rate. Alrighty, and then Brett Favre. What is the deal? It's like, once you get money, you can't talk anymore. What is that about? So let's just read this quote here on Deshaun Watson. Brett Favre on Deshaun Watson having a trade request from the Texans. So this is what this man says. Here we go. Quote, "You get paid a ton of money to do a certain job and just do it and let the chips where they fall, where they may. I think we make too much money to voice an opinion. I think we make too much money to voice an opinion. What the hell does that even mean, folks? We are in America. The last time I checked, you could say whatever the heck you want. I know freedom of speech, but it's a business. I get all that, folks. I get it. But at the end of the day, when did it become where once you reach this threshold of money, you have to stop talking? It should kind of be the opposite. You have this money. Now you have a platform. Now you should be saying stuff. And you should be educated, folks. It's a nuanced conversation. I understand every angle of it. You don't have to come at me in the comments, but it's just like when, Deshaun Watson has the leverage here. This is a business. Everybody wants to call the NFL the business. So why does it only work with the owner side? Oh, it's all right if the owners do it because if it's a business, they'll cut you in a second if it's to save $1 million. They don't care. It's a business. The owners will do that. We don't care if you don't have anything saved up. That's on you. We don't care about that. We don't care if you go homeless. We're saving $1 billion. And then everybody applauds and be like, oh, that's the business. It's a business. You understand? And I get it. I understand it. I kind of stand behind that as well. But the players also are half of this business. They are the talent. They are the product that the business is selling. You can't sell something if there is no product. So when you have leverage, it's real funny, right? When, just take for instance, like your family, your regular old family, when they're going for a promotion and when they're going to, try and go for this job, that's an increase in salary. Everyone's like, no, yeah, you deserve it. Go, you have the leverage. You're the best employee in this business. They would not work without you. Go and demand that extra $5,000 a year increase. Go from 45 to 55,000, 45 to 60,000, because you deserve it. Go into that meeting about raises, go in with all your facts, go in with, maybe even threaten to quit because you have the leverage. The business, the company needs you. Has your family ever told you that? I'm sure you've seen it, and I'm sure it's on TV. I'm sure it's in like sitcoms. I'm sure that's an episode. But I mean, folks, so why can you have all the leverage as a worker for $40,000 or $50,000 a year, but once we're talking about $20 million, why is it any different at that point? I don't get it. So the fact that people are saying that we're paid so much now you can stop talking, it's a little wild, honestly. It's a little nonsensical. So I don't know where Brett Favre was going with this, but we can finish it here. I don't even think I can finish it because honestly, this one line, this one sentence, I think we make too much money to voice an opinion. I think I lost all respect of Brett Favre after that one sentence alone. That's just nonsense to think about. That's wild. It's just absolutely nonsense to think like that. But I'm not saying he's wrong. Again, I think it's a different day and time, and it'll be interesting to see how the organization handles it. Folks, if you have the leverage, use it, because everybody up top, the businesses, the owners, the CEOs, the presidents of company, they use their leverage all the time. So yes, use your leverage if you have it. That's why nobody doesn't want leverage. Folks, in wrestling, it's all about leverage. So yes, in business, once again, it's all about leverage as well. If you have money, if you have leverage, take it, get what you think you deserve, go out for broke. I don't care. Do what you think is best in your situation. So I guess that's where we'll leave this. But, folks, can we all just Relax a little bit. We're all trying to do the same thing. We're all just trying to better our lives. We're all just trying to be in the perfect scenario. Can we stop bringing others down? Let people do what they want to do. If they have leverage, want to negotiate, want to get out of a bad organization, y'all would want to play for the Texans when you see the Chiefs, absolutely going back-to-back on Super Bowls, all having fun, putting up the yards, getting wins, not even losing games, and then you get the Texans organization who's trading away your best players and ruining your organization for tens of years. You want your legacy. I mean, folks, put yourself into Deshaun Watson's spot. If you were the best quarterback, we'll just say he's the best quarterback of the season. He had the most passing yards. So if you're the best quarterback of the entire league, but you're on the worst team in the entire league, and you don't want your dynasty, you don't want your name, you don't want your legacy to be tarnished in your prime, and you want to get out, that's a problem now? I don't agree. I do not agree. I do not agree with Brett Favre. You heard it here first, folks. Takes by Fans does not agree with Brett Favre. All right, let's move on. We'll go to a little NBA now. And, folks, we got a nice little minute highlight clip from Joel Embiid last night. So let's watch him because, folks, this is currently our MVP. He is absolutely dominating here for the 76ers team. He told everybody to trust the process for like 7 straight years, and now the process is finally paying off. We had to wait. Joel Embiid had to wait, and now it's all paying off. So let's watch this 1 minute highlight package from last night and just let's just relish in the MVP, the greatness, and see what we see. So here we go. Joel Embiid driving on Cody Zeller. Cody Zeller cannot stop this man all game. Let's get that clear right off the rip. There was no answer for Joel Embiid in this game, unfortunately. So he can drive to the basket. He stretches the floor with the 3. Cody Zeller, I mean, he cannot guard the perimeter at all, folks. So if you can't guard the perimeter, you have no chance of guarding Joel Embiid. Mid-range jumpers with good defense on them. It doesn't matter. Defense, no defense. I'm hitting buckets, folks. Joel Embiid backing down Cody Zeller. I mean, can you look at just the size mismatch between those two? Oh, my goodness. Joel Embiid is just massive compared to Cody Zeller looking like a string bean out there. How you make a center look like a string bean? Well, Joel Embiid can do it. And then once again, good defense, but he's just pulling up from the free throw line. Easy buckets. Right down low. Just going to bully. Just going to step back. Just going to fade away. Just a center fading away. No big deal. Still draining buckets in the fourth quarter. Being clutch. So very well done. Joel Embiid so far our MVP of the season. And man, the 76ers team, they're looking real good. First in the East, loving everything about them. First in our power rankings so far. We change them tomorrow. We'll see if we switch them out. But, Philadelphia, folks, doing real good. I do want to do this one first before we go to that Zion one, but here it is, folks. I mean, we said this a couple weeks ago, maybe even this week, but we said that Philadelphia 76ers, this starting lineup is probably one of the best starting lineups in all of the NBA. And here it is, the Sixers with the lineup of Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. They're 12-0 when that is their starting lineup, folks. We said this. We're just getting backed up here. Confirmation proving that we're right. We know what we're talking about sometimes, folks, most of the time here, honestly. But yes, absolutely well done. Joel Embiid, MVP. You got the great shooters. You got the facilitator and defensive Ben Simmons. They got everything in this starting lineup, folks. And I really can't think of another team that is kind of close to what the 76ers can do on a game-to-game basis. I know the Nets have the 3 superstars. I get all that, folks. So, but still, the starting lineup, they haven't lost together. Nets have lost twice to the Cavs. Make of that what you will. All right, here we go. Let's go back to this. Blake Griffin, are you watching? Blake Griffin, are you watching Zion Williamson? This was you at one point in your career, honestly. Unstoppable down low, just good. But then you got bad for some reason, and I don't understand it. So, Blake Griffin, please take notes. Look at this stat line. 28 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists on 85% shooting, and the cherry on top, 1 for 1 from 3. Not 1 of 6, not 0 of 5, not 0 of 4, not 0 of 6. Blake Griffin, resemble your game around Zion. We've all seen you do it, so go back to your OG days with the Clippers in Lob City. Blake Griffin, get back on track, please. This is what you should be doing. Unstoppable in the paint. Muscle emoji, folks. This should be Blake Griffin. Come on. Get back in it, man. Alrighty, and then the last story, the NBA and the NBA Players Association have recent agreement on the NBA All-Star Game. Thank God, because I cannot take another NFL-style All-Star Game, folks. Did you even watch that? It was super trash. It was even worse than I thought it was. My thinking, because I never really looked into it, because honestly, I really didn't care. I wasn't going to watch it because they were going to be playing Madden. That's not something I'm into. The NFL Pro Bowl game was, I thought it was going to be all the Pro Bowlers facing each other on Madden, just usering their own character throughout the entire game. That's what I thought it was going to be. Silly me for thinking it was going to be that good anyway. But it was actually it was 4 people. It was like 4 people on each team. It was like only like 2 or 3 actual NFL players right now. It was like Kyler Murray and Deshaun Watson. But then they had like Keyshawn Johnson and Snoop Dogg and Marshawn Lynch. It's just like, what are we doing here? And they each controlled the team for a quarter. It was honestly unwatchable. I saw like a clip on Twitter. I was like, I'm very glad I did not watch this. It was just real bizarre. So thankfully the NBA is stepping up here, showing you how to do it, redoing the All-Star game, and they're doing the skills competition as well. Love the NBA skills competition. Really love the NFL skills competition, what they've implemented over the last 3 or 4 years. It's been absolutely great. And then we get Madden tournament between 8 different people and like 2 actual NFL players. Garbage. So NFL going back to the All-Star game, doing the skills competition as well. And I'm seeing a lot of people not like this and saying like this is stupid. It's just a COVID spreader. Folks. We're already playing the game. They're already playing basketball. So an extra All-Star game is going to do nothing in the grand scheme of things. Can we all just relax a little bit? I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone episode where everybody is just, at least on Twitter anyway. I don't know. I don't think it's like this in the real world, but everybody on Twitter is just like, this is dumb. You're spreading COVID. This is just a spreader event. And I'm just like, folks, they're already playing the game. They're already not in a bubble. So what are we doing? What are we talking about? But we digress. We're not going to get into all that. Oh, some controversial topics here today on the show. COVID news and, talking and getting money. So some controversial topics in the sports world, but we're tackling them. We're tackling them here today on Takes by Fans. Alrighty, those are all the stories that we just needed to cover for today. So let's jump right into the NBA. Let's quickly review what happened in all the games, and then we'll go a little bit deeper into the stats, and then we'll be looking at quarter 2 of Week 12 Chiefs and Bucs. So here we go. Last night in the NBA, and a little kind of a step back in all of our teams that we're kind of big on here at Takes by Fans. Hornets lose to the 76ers. A little unfortunate. LaMelo Ball had a good game, but it's just nobody's going to be able to stop Joel Embiid, which we kind of knew. We took it was 8 points, so we do hit our moneymaker on that one. But the Hornets, decently competitive. They're not ready to take that next step as a team. I mean, when there's just one unguardable superstar like a LeBron, like, a Kawhi Leonard, Paul George combo, like a Joel Embiid, this Hornets team, they can't step up to the occasion. So they're kind of, they're not one of the top tier teams. They're just kind of a step below that. And that's kind of what we knew what they are. So reaffirmed here, 76ers get the win 118-111. All right, Pacers and folks, this was their one chance to kind of impress us a little bit. Come tomorrow when we have to adjust our power rankings, Pacers, I think, are already in the top 10. I think they're 9 or something like that. But, I mean, this was a real bad performance by them. They couldn't stop Giannis. And, folks, can we talk about the Bucs? I feel like they heard us disrespect them. We took them out of the top 10, not even on a Friday. It was an impromptu earlier in this week because they were on a 2-game losing streak. So we took them out of the top 10. And ever since then, the 3-ball has been absolutely automatic from everybody on this Bucs team. So they want to get back in the top 10, and I think we're going to have to do that tomorrow because these last 2 games, the threes have been on point, and they've been kind of blowing out teams. So very well done to the Bucs, winning 130-110 over the Pacers. I think we kind of bought a little bit too much stock into the Pacers, so we might have to start selling some of that starting tomorrow. Alrighty, so the Hornets lose, the Pacers lose, and now here we are with the Hawks. They lose to the Mavericks, and super unfortunate there. They lose 122-116. Really wanted to see the Hawks kind of beat this Mavericks team. There's no reason why they shouldn't, but Doncic had a good game. Tim Hardaway Jr., I think, hit a couple of threes in the fourth quarter. Porzingis had a triple-double, I think. We'll double-check all the stats, but really all the pieces finally got it going here for the Mavericks. And, they were on a 6-game losing streak streak coming into this game. That's why we wanted to stay away from it. So, I don't think it's just unfortunate that the Hawks had to face the Mavericks at this particular point in time where they're on a 6-game losing streak. They're doing everything. They're trying to get just a win, where the Hawks, I mean, obviously they're still trying to get a win, but they're nowhere even close to the 10-game losing streak that they're on. So Hawks, unfortunately, here lose 116-122. Clippers blow out the Cavs. That was to be expected, and they do that. Coming off that loss against the Nets, that fueled them for this game, and everybody was doing good. Paul George, 36 points, very well done. They win 121-99. Ooh, all right, here we go. Here we go. Wizards and the Heat, and folks, oh my goodness. Wizards beat the Heat 103-100. Tyler Hero had a chance at the buzzer beater game-tying 3. He ends up missing it, unfortunately. We have a couple of other buzzer beater 3s that did not go either. Tyler Hero was just one of them, and it's unfortunate because they lose against the Wizards, and the Wizards have won 2 of 3. Are they emerging? I don't think so, but we'll keep an eye on them. Unfortunate for this Heat team. Jimmy Butler's just trying to get back into this rotation, and the supporting cast is letting him down a little bit here. So losing this Heat team, they're in a bad spot, 7-14. Where are they officially in the power ranking or in the standings? Oh man, 13th in the East. They are 3 games back from that ace spot. Having to jump the Magic, the Bulls, and the Raptors, they can definitely do that. The Knicks, the Hornets, though, at number 8. So it's a tough uphill battle to climb here for the Heat team, but they can do it. They've got the firepower to do so, and they got Jimmy Butler. So we'll see what happens here, and the last 3 remaining quarters of the NBA season. They are 20 games deep about. Alrighty, Knicks and Bulls. The Knicks get the win, 107-103 over the Bulls. Nothing great. I mean, these are 2 just role player teams, and Zach LaVine can't carry the weight all by himself, and the Knicks have a little bit more depth than the Bulls do, and they get the win. Alrighty, once again, here we go, folks. I mean, no John Wall. It should be, no problem, but we know it's a problem when there is no John Wall. They lose to the Thunder 87-104. We only like this Houston team when it's Oladipo, John Wall, and Christian Wood all in the starting lineup. No John Wall, so yes, problem. Houston, we have a problem with no John Wall, and they can't even put up 100 points. They don't even win games. They get kind of blown out here. John Wall needs to be in the starting lineup, folks. Already Timberwolves and the Spurs. Spurs a little bit more competitive than you would probably hope for. I mean, this is kind of our problem with the Spurs. I mean, we see a good performance and then really flounders like 2 games back to back, and then they're back to good, but then they, barely beat the Timberwolves, which should not really happen at all. Another game that really came down to a buzzer beater 3. D'Angelo Russell down 3 takes the game tying 3-point shot that does not fall. So unfortunate there. Could have had a lot of different outcomes, potentially a lot of overtime games. Tyler Hero misses one. D'Angelo Russell misses one. And we've got one more to talk about when we get there. Alrighty, Suns disappointing me a little bit here, losing to the Pelicans. It just didn't work out for this game for the Suns. We know Devin Booker and Chris Paul both played. DeAndre Ayton, I believe, played as well. We'll check his stats to see how he fared against Steven Adams and Zion Williamson down low. But Pelicans get the win, 123-101. I want to see the Pelicans, start winning some games. I would love to see them in the playoffs. They've got some great talent. Brandon Ingram, what he's done these last 2 seasons is absolutely fantastic. I know we're not the biggest Lonzo Ball fans, but we'll see what he did in this game that really kind of helped the Pelicans win. Was it just Zion and Brandon Ingram? Was it Steven Adams having contribution? So we'll dive deeper a little bit in the stats. And then the last game of the night, and folks, we're a little bit kind of rising up on this Kings team, and they beat the Celtics. So another game that kind of ended with a potential game-tying buzzer beater. This time it was taken by a true, actual, all-star. The first one was Tyler Hero. That's not a superstar. D'Angelo Russell, once again, not really a superstar. Jason Tatum has a chance to tie up the game with a 3-pointer, but he misses it. Come on, Jason Tatum, you've got to hit this. You are the guy here in Boston. That's who you want taking, the final shot. Indy ended up missing it, so unfortunate there. But well done by this Kings team, absolutely fantastic. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They're kind of streaking a little bit here. De'Aaron Fox has the potential to be Trae Young and continue just to be great. He's having some glimpses of very good games here, but very well done. Kings knocking off the Celtics. Celtics without Marcus Smart, folks. That's one less three-point shooter, one less kind of, momentum, beef, just kind of great defense, great energy to have on your team. So this Celtics team, not full strength here, and they're not winning games because of it. We've kind of called it a little bit. Alrighty, that was just a little bit of an overview, so let's just go a little bit deeper into the stats here, and we'll start with the 76ers and the Hornets. So let's go back to this game, and let's start with our MVP, Joel Embiid, folks. 34 points, 11 rebounds, shooting 61% from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, got to the line 10 times, hit 9 of them, folks. His game is complete. He can do anything. He's unguardable, truly. Alright, Danny Green, this is the performance we want to see by Danny Green on a nightly basis, folks. 16 points. I don't care about the rebounds and the assists. I don't care. Danny Green's only purpose is to hit threes. 16 points, 4 of 7 from 3, 6 of 9 from the field overall. This is the game. This is Danny Green. Danny Green, if you're listening right now, this is what we want to see from you every single game. What a performance. Tobias Harris, once again, doing what he's supposed to do. 26 big old points, 6 rebounds, shot 1 of 4 from 3. Decent, but shot 53% from the field. So very well done. Great contribution. 25, 20. I would just say 20 plus points. That's what we need Tobias Harris to be, and he exceeded those with 26. Seth Curry, a little bit of not a great game, really. 0 points, 3 assists, 0 rebounds. Not a great game, and he played 28 minutes, folks. I mean, that's hefty minutes. So Seth Curry couldn't get it done, but everybody else really did in the starting lineup, and we had one solid bench contribution, Shake Milton with 13 points. So Seth Curry 0 of 2 from 3, 0 of 3 from the 0 of 2 from 3, 0 of 3 from the field. Yeah, really just not a great game. He had good defense, though. Holy cow, look at this. He actually led the plus minus in this game. Or on the team with a plus 18 while scoring no points. So that's great defense by Seth Curry, I guess. All right, and then we finished with Ben Simmons, 15 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, a plus 16 in the plus minus. Didn't even take a 3. Fantastic, because he can't hit them, so very well done. Just getting down to the basket, shot 58% from the field. So great game by Ben Simmons. We know we don't expect a lot of points. We don't expect any three-pointers. We just expect, rebounds, assists, defense, and that's what he brought in this game, and he just kind of contributed 15 points as well. So great game by Ben Simmons, and yeah, that was really it by the 76ers. So very well done. I'm a little surprised that they were still able to win with Seth Curry scoring 0 points, but that's kind of a green flag in my opinion that the 76ers team can overcome. If Joel Embiid is not in the starting lineup, they can still win the game. We just saw that 2 games ago. Seth Curry can put up no points, they can win the game. We just saw it this game. So real green flags. They can find ways to win. Other people step up when others aren't. That's why we are big on the 76ers team, folks. Real big. Alrighty, in the Hornets. Alright, LaMelo Ball's second game in the starting lineup, and it's fantastic, folks. See, he just needed that one game to get acclimated to the rhythm of the starting lineup, the extra minutes and all of that. So in 38 minutes starting, he played the most of his entire team. 38 minutes, 22 points, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. Very well done. Shot 50% from the field and 50% from the 3. Now, we did have 6 turnovers. That cannot happen because now we're starting to talk about Russell Westbrook turnover territory, and we know how that translates. So, translates to losses, so he definitely has to cut down on the turnovers a little bit, but this is exactly where you want him to be. 20-plus points, 7 rebounds. 3 assists could definitely be a little bit better. He is a better passer than that, but he did have 2 steals to go along with this, so really a good performance here by LaMelo Ball. Really just want to see this man can get even better, and we know he can because he's doing this off the bench in his rookie season. Alrighty, Cody Zeller had absolutely no answer for Joel Embiid. 9 points. He did have 8 rebounds and 5 offensive rebounds, so I will give him that, but the defensive rebounds, he was not securing those. So just getting beat there. Gordon Hayward, 22 points, 50% from three, 47% from the field, six rebounds, 9 assists. Real great game from Gordon Hayward. Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball loves throwing lobs and, assists to Miles Bridges here. 16 points, 8 rebounds, very well done. And then Devontae Graham, the last starter to talk about here, 18 points and 7 assists. So really decent job here from the starters. Guys, solid contribution off the bench with Malik Monk, 13 points as well. So this and let's shout out Caleb Martin here. I'll give him this 9 points. That's pretty decent there. So good performance here by the Hornets. They just need to start taking that next step to start beating the kind of upper echelon teams, the elite teams, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Bucs, the Nuggets, maybe not the Rockets just quite yet, but the Nuggets and the Jazz, those teams, we got to start seeing the Hornets start beating them. Yes, it's it's one thing to be competitive, and that's something to kind of cheer for, and that's a green flag, but you do need to start seeing wins at some point. Alrighty here, Bucs and the Pacers. Let's start with the Bucs because really everything was doing good. Folks, they hit 21 threes. They shot 43% from three as a team. So let's do the three-pointers. Who was hitting them? Chris Middleton only hit 1. Holy cow. Very well done. That means everybody else is stepping up. So Chris Middleton, this is actually kind of surprising. He only had 12 points. That's a great sign by this Bucs team that they're winning games without Chris Middleton putting up, 20 plus. He only had 12, hit 1 3. Giannis only put up 21 points. That's a little light on him. Yes, he had 10 assists and 14 rebounds, so a triple-double, so that was great. But, finding other pieces to score the ball, that's their biggest downfall. So I love that they're kind of cleaning this up these last 2 games. It's showing us a lot, so we may have to start buying Bucs stock again, and I think we are tomorrow when we do our power rankings. So let's continue on with the threes. Giannis, no threes taken. Love to see that. 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Love to see that. Great game by Giannis. Brook Lopez, 3 of 5 from 3. Dante DiVincenzo stepping it up this game, 4 of 8 from 3. Drew Holiday, 1 of 3. DJ Augustine, 1 of 5. Bobby Portis off the bench, 4 of 5. 18 points, 9 rebounds. What a game. Torrey Craig, 2 of 3 from 3. Pat Connaughton, 1 of 4 from 3. Brian Forbes, 4 of 7 from 3. Very well done. Getting 3-point shooters from everybody consistently. Well done with the Bucs. They put up 130 points. Very well done. Alrighty, let's go to the Pacers now. Sabonis doing what Sabonis does. 33 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. Who else didn't step up here? We get Miles Turner with 3 points and 2 rebounds. That can't happen. I get that you're going against Giannis and Lopez down low, but you still have to find out to get boards. So Miles Turner couldn't do that. Jeremy Lamb, only 2 points. Malcolm Brogdon, 12 points, only 3 assists. So got to step it up a little bit. Now, they did get solid contribution off their bench. TJ McConnell with 6 points, but he had 12 assists, so that's a lot. Doug McDermott, 13 points off the bench. Aaron Holiday, 11 points off the bench, but they need their starters to be a little bit more consistent here for the Pacers. They got the superstar. They're decently deep. They just need their starters to start stepping it up consistently here. Once again, just kind of like the Hornets team, we need to start to see this Pacers team starting to beat the upper echelon teams, the elite teams. Yes, they're decently competitive, but we do need to start seeing some wins. Alrighty, now we go to Mavs and the Hawks, and let's start here with the Mavs. Everybody was showing out a little bit. Here we go. Kristaps Porzingis, 24 points, 11 rebounds. Luka Doncic, 27 points, 14 assists, 8 rebounds. So, the duo here, the dynamic duo, Porzingis and Doncic, doing what they do. All right, good contribution from Josh Richardson, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Dorian Finney-Smith, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Tim Hardaway Jr. got moved down to the bench, and hey, this is a switch that they made. Dorian Finney-Smith going up to the starting lineup. Tim Hardaway Jr. going to the bench, and this is where he thrives, 22 points. He hasn't put up 22 points, I don't know, all season, honestly. At least in this kind of 6-game skid that they're on. So a good kind of, rotation switch here. It got the win, so we'll see if they still rock with it next game. But Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench, 22 points. That's fantastic. And then Jalen Brunson off the bench, 12 points as well. So Dallas Mavericks, everybody stepping it up. All right, let's see what the Hawks did. Why did they lose? Trae Young, 21 points, 9 assists. He shot 44%, 33 of 8 from 3. So, classic Trae Young game. Clint Capella, 10 points, 13 rebounds. Very well done. John Collins, 35 points. Holy cow, what a step up there with 12 rebounds. Fantastic game. Cam Reddish, though, only 2 points. He shot 12%, 1 of 8 from the field. So a little light on that. Bench, we got Rondo putting up no points, 3 assists. Solomon Hill putting up no points, but Danilo Gallinari, 19 big old points. Tony Snell, 8 points. So Hawks played well this game. Unfortunately, the Mavericks played a little bit better. So this is kind of a decent sign here. I liked it. I mean, everything, for this Hawks team is still good. The starters were really getting it done besides Cam Reddish, but John Collins kind of stepped up for it with the 35. So still great by this Hawks team. It's just their bench a little bit. Their bench is their biggest question mark, their biggest red flag, but we still like this starting lineup. Alrighty, let's move on to what do we got here now. Did we open up 2 Mavericks Hawks? We did. All right. We're not going to talk about the game again. Not going to talk about it twice. So let's move on to Clippers and the Cavs. Let me make sure we didn't miss one by opening that one twice. We did not. Perfect. Alrighty, Clippers and Cavs, and Clippers, on revenge for losing to the Nets, and they took it out on the Cavs by a 20-plus point win. So Kawhi Leonard, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Fantastic. Serge Ibaka, 14 points, 2 of 3 from 3, 4 rebounds. Very well done. Paul George, 36 points. Yes, sir. Oh, boy. I mean, Paul George in this regular season so far has been absolutely fantastic. Hopefully he can be this good in the playoffs. He got the nickname Playoff P. We all know. Kind of flounders, doesn't show up in the playoffs. But this season, folks, hopefully he does because he's playing real great. 36 points on 65% shooting. 8 of 9 from 3. Wild, folks. Fantastic. And then Reggie Jackson still putting up no points here. Is this his second game where he put up no points or not even 10 in back-to-back games? He's got to start stepping it up a little bit. He's lucky he's got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard on the starters. And he's also lucky that Lou Williams is off the bench and can put up 15. So very well done there. And then look at this. Zubac. Holy cow. 10 points, 16 rebounds, 6 offensive off the bench. The Cavs had no answer to that, man. We see Andre Drummond back into the starting lineup for the Cavs, and they lose. Correlation. Potentially get Jared Allen in that starting lineup. All right. Andre Drummond, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Colin Sexton, 27 points, but 3 points by Teron Prince. 2 points by Isaac Okoro. That's not going to get it done. All right. Let's say Jared Allen here. 7 points, 9 rebounds. Well done. 5 assists as well in 25 minutes off the bench. Jared Allen, folks. Big on him. Alrighty. Let's move on. All right, what else do we got here? Did we open up 2 of this one as well? Heck. All right, here we go. Let's move on. Here we go. Wizards in the Heat, and oh man. Why did the Heat lose? Let's see if we can see anything. Jimmy Butler, 19 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. This is more of a classic Jimmy Butler game. 19, I would say 17 to 22 points. That's where he's about. Yes, he's got 30-point performances. We see that, but those are kind of outliers. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that on a consistent basis. Bam Adebayo, 17 points, 11 rebounds. Kelly Olynyk, 8 points, 11 rebounds as well. Very well done. Duncan Robinson, though, only 9 points. Shot 33% from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. Tyler Hero, 20 points. Very well done. He's in the starting lineup. Goran Dragic off the bench, 10 points, 4 assists. I don't think that's where he needs to be. I really think Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic both need to be in the starting lineup together, just like last year in the bubble. That's what it was. Goran Dragic off the bench, I think it's a little wasteful, especially, with the way that Duncan Robinson's been playing lately. Tyler Hero played good this game, I get it. But, and still Kendrick Nunn is still not playing. So, that's another kind of potential starter with Hero off the bench, having Nunn in the starting guard position, Goran Dragic in the starting guard position. So we'll see what happens. But this Heat team, they are floundering a little bit here. players not playing, not having their full rotation. Kelly Olynyk in the starting lineup, not doing the best. He did have 11 rebounds, so that's good. We know he's a decent three-point shooter and can hit, can get streaky a little bit. But yeah, I mean, this Heat team, biggest difference from the bubble to the season of team-wise this season that we're seeing, and it's a little unfortunate because they just got to the finals last year. Now they're not even going to make the playoffs. Not great. Alrighty, why did the Wizards win? Let's see. Bradley Beal, 32 points, doing what he does. Russell Westbrook does not play. That's why they win, folks. Russell Westbrook is not playing this game. They win it. That is not a coincidence. I will definitely say that. So, very well done. Bradley Beal getting it done. 32 points, 8 rebounds. Starters, Ish Smith getting no points. I mean, I don't know how they won this game. Bradley Beal did good, and then Robin Lopez, 9 points. Rui Hachimura, 11 points, 9 rebounds. Denny Avdija, 13 points. So, I mean, they got decent bench contribution, I guess. They actually did. Davis Burton's 11 points. Troy Brown Jr. off the bench, 9 points. Alex Len, 10 points. Garrison Matthew, 8 points. So that's actually decent contribution off the bench. And no Russell Westbrook, and they get the win. I think he's going to be sitting out for every game now. At least until they lose with him starting. Or win with him starting, however it works out. Alrighty, Knicks and Bulls. Here we go. Let's start here with the Knicks and Julius Randle, 27 points. R.J. Barrett, 17 points, 7 rebounds. The two main pieces doing what they're supposed to. Elfrid Payton, 20 points, very well done as well. Reggie Bullock, only 9, and Mitchell Robinson, 8 points, 11 rebounds. So yeah, decent there from the starters, no doubt. The bench, obviously nothing great. 4 points for Nolan Snow, 3 rebounds. Alec Burks, 3 points, 5 assists. Austin Rivers, 5 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. Emmanuel Quickley, 9 points. We're usually, these last couple games by him, he's got double digits, but only 9 points here, but he only played 13 minutes, so that's a solid contribution from him. Alrighty, the Bulls now. Zach LaVine, leading scorer. Does that surprise anybody? Nobody else at 20-plus points like him. Second leading scorer with 19 points was Thaddeus Young off the bench. So that's what we're working with here on this Bulls team. Nothing really that great. So Zach LaVine does good. 24 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. But it's not going to go to any wins because we know they've got nobody else. So we can move on from Knicks, Bulls. Let's go to Rockets, Thunder. Rockets, Thunder. No John Wall, so we know they're not going to win. We told y'all to stay away from the game, and we correctly predicted this. So Eric Gordon goes into the starting lineup, and he does what he does, 22 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. But, we need that off the bench because we need John Wall in the starting lineup for those 20 points. And then having, 15, 20 points off the bench, that's fantastic with Eric Gordon. So Christian Wood, 8 points, 6 rebounds, a little bit of a light game from him. Definitely need him to step up if John Wall is not in the starting lineup. Victor Oladipo, 19 points. Once again, a little light. We get Eric Gordon as the leading scorer on the team. Victor Oladipo's got to put up like 25 to 30 if John Wall is not there. We need more point production from one of the other starters here, and they didn't step up. PJ Tucker, no points. Jashawn Tate, 6 points. So very light on the starters there. The bench, decent here. Sterling Brown, 11 points. DeMarcus Cousins, 10 points, 5 assists, or 5 rebounds. So, we see the total difference of this Rockets team without John Wall. We knew that, though. All right, let's go to the Thunder now. Luguentz Dort, once again, what is going on with him this season? Without Chris Paul, he is floundering big time. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander didn't even play, and they still are able to win. This is atrocious, folks. This is a bad loss for this Houston team. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is their guy. Luguentz Dort is their second guy. So between those two, one didn't even play, and one played only 9 minutes and put up no points. So, all right, this is kind of a bad loss for this Houston team, honestly. Not good. Alrighty, what do we got here? Who did good? We get Darius Bazley, 18 points, 12 rebounds. Al Horford, 17 points, 6 rebounds. Hamidio Diallo, 16 points, 9 rebounds. Theo Maledon, 6 points, Kendrick Williams, 19 points, 6 rebounds. Isaiah Roby, 13 points. What else we get? Mike Muscala, 8 points. So, all right, I don't know how the Rockets blew this one, but they did it. They did it. Not great. Got to see John Wall back in the starting lineup. Alrighty, Spurs and the Timberwolves. Let's quickly go over this one. D'Angelo Russell with the game potentially tying 3. Missed it. Hit only 1 of 7 from 3 for the entire game. 20 points. I'll give him that. 5 assists. That's decent as well. Malak Beasley, 29 points, 6 rebounds. Anthony Edwards, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Spurs. DeMar DeRozan, 30 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Classic DeMar DeRozan game, so he's stepping up. DeJounte Murray, 15 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. Once again, doing what he's supposed to. Lonnie Walker did not have a good game. 2 points on 10% shooting, 1 of 10 from the field. Not going to get it done. Jakob Podol, very well done, 19 points, 8 rebounds, and Keldon Johnson, a little light with the only 6 points. Good contributions from Derek White off the bench with 10 points, and Patty Mills with 8 points. So Spurs just getting out of there with a slight 3-point win over the Timberwolves. Don't know what to make of the Spurs team. I want to buy into them, but then we get losses against bad teams and barely win against bad teams. Can't buy into them too much. Alrighty, here we go. Suns and the Pelicans here. And Chris Paul, only 10 points and 4 assists and no rebounds. Very, very light game from him. I mean, we can kind of forgive him in this one game because of how well he's been playing this entire season. So we're not going to knock Chris Paul at all. Devin Booker, 25 points, 4 rebounds. All right. DeAndre Ayton, 13 points, 11 rebounds, 4 of those offensive. Very well done. Cameron Johnson, only 8 points, a little light. McCall Bridges, 8 points, a little light. So a little light on some pieces here, so they lose kind of, when you look at the box score, you can see why, unfortunately. Alrighty, the bench kind of stepped up decently. Frank Kaminsky, 6 points, 7 rebounds. Etuan Moore, 7 points. Abdel Nader, 11 points, so not bad there. But Chris Paul only have a 10, kind of a big reason why they're not going to win the game. All right, now we go to the Pelicans. Well, we see Brandon Ingram, 23 points, 6 assists. Very, very fantastic. That's where we need him to be. Zion Williamson, 28 points, led the team, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, shot 85%. Very well done, as we said at the top of the show. Only 1 3, hit it. Very well done. Blake Griffin, come on. This is what you should be doing. Alrighty, Steven Adams still in the starting lineup here. 11 points, 13 rebounds, 8 of those rebounds offensive. Very well done. Very well done. DeAndre Ayton, come on. Can't get beat by Steven Adams like that. Alrighty, Eric Bledsoe, 11 points. Lonzo Ball, 18 points. 6 rebounds. Only 1 assist, though. But 18 points. I can definitely get behind that for Lonzo. And he shot 54%. So, very well done by Lonzo. A great game by him. When he has great games, they really kind of blow out every team that they play. So, Lonzo Ball, let's be a little bit more consistent here, especially in the points department. Already off the bench, Josh Hart with 10, JJ Redick with 10. Exactly. This is the team, man. This is the potential that this team can do. Everybody doing great in the starting lineup. You get the 2 great, bench scores with double digits. 2 of those in double digits. That's what we want to see. Fantastic. This Pelicans team does have a real high ceiling. Would like to see kind of a run here, deeper into the season to make kind of a playoff push to get a decent seeding in the playoffs because they got some nice weapons here. Alrighty, and then the final game, Celtics losing to the Kings, unfortunately. So let's see what happens. Once again, Jaylen Brown in that guard position. You get Daniel Tice and Tristan Thompson both on the floor together, and I hate it. I hate it 100%. Daniel Tice, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Meh. Tristan Thompson, well done, 17 points, 10 rebounds. I really do not like Daniel Tice at all, folks. And if you're switching straight up Daniel Tice for Marcus Smart, that's Gross. Give me Marcus Smart over Daniel Tice any day of the week. Jaylen Brown, 21 points. Jason Tatum, 27 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. Great game by him. Unfortunately, he just couldn't hit, the game tying three. We saw he shot very poor from three here, 2 of 4 only, unfortunately. Jeff Teague, no Kemba Walker either. So you get no Kemba Walker, no Marcus Smart. The Celtics team is not going to win anywhere because now they have nothing else. They got nothing else. When you got Kemba Walker, now you have a 3. When you have Marcus Smart, now you have a 4. But when both those out, now we have to rely on Jeff Teague and Tristan Thompson and Daniel Tice, and their bench is absolutely not even good now because they have to move up Jeff Teague and Tristan Thompson or Daniel Tice. So, this Celtics team, they need more pieces here. They got rid of Gordon Hayward in between this season and last season. Not the best move there, turning out to be, not great here by the Celtics. They won't win a ring. They will not win a ring with this team. They need another piece, unfortunately. Already the Kings, and there's some dogs here on this team. De'Aaron Fox, 26 points, 11 assists, just getting it done on the scoring end. Buddy Hield, 15 points, 11 rebounds. Raquan Holmes, 7.6 rebounds. Marvin Bagley, 9.6 rebounds. Harrison Barnes, 24 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. The starters all stepping it up. And then, Tyrese Halliburton, this man's a rookie, having a huge impact, 21 points off the bench. Very well done. Hassan Whiteside, 9 points, 9 rebounds in 17 minutes off the bench. So this Kings team, they've got some great starters when they're all on, and they've got some good bench plays here. Tyrese Halliburton, the rookie, Hassan Whiteside, these are some nice pieces here. This Kings team, real interested in them. The fact that they beat the Celtics, great win there. We're big on this Kings team. Alrighty, that was all the NBA from last night. Let's quickly see what we got on tap today. Well, we got 2 primetime games. Here we go, 7:30, Warriors-Mavericks. Can the Mavericks win back-to-back? Try to get back on track here on what their potential is. Warriors just lost their last game. I believe that is true. We'll see them. Nothing special about this Warriors team. We definitely need somebody else to start stepping it up here. Yes, we all know Steph Curry is great, and he really is still doing what he always does. But nobody else is stepping up, especially Kelly Oubre Jr. So unfortunate there. Jazz Hawks is going to be a great one. Unfortunately here for the Hawks, a little bit of a tough back-to-back stretch here with the Mavs and now the Jazz. 76ers Trailblazers. Joel Embiid should be able to lock it up. Rockets, Grizzlies, once again, John Wall should be in the lineup here in this back-to-back. So we'll see. Might have to check the NBA Fantasy Labs for this one. And then the second of the doubleheader on primetime TV is Lakers, Nuggets, Jokic down low. Can Anthony Davis stop him? Well, yes, because we saw that last season in the playoffs. Jokic really couldn't do anything up against this Lakers team in the bubble. Anthony Davis can lock down Jokic because AD is a good perimeter defender. So the Lakers could be taking this one, and we'll see what the spread is because we may be able to take that one in our moneymaker. So let's go to DraftKings. Let's get these lines all the way up to date. Let's get a moneymaker here. We got to get back on track. Taking a little bit of a hit these last couple days, but hey, we're going to get back on track. That's what we do here. We learn from our mistakes and we cash in on them. So let's cash in on them. Here we go. We got 5 games to choose from, so let's see if we can get at least 1. Try to do 2, 3 if there's great value. If we do all 5, then that means Vegas is off. So here we go. Jazz, Hawks plus 7.5, and once again they're toying with me. I love to root for the Hawks. Jazz though, they're real good. Who's going to be able to stop Rudy Gobert down low? He really kind of eats against everybody. He's not the best defender, but he's a great just glass cleaner and kind of just solid 12 points. Clint Capella obviously should be able to handle him decently, but Rudy Gobert really still has success even though, when he gets kind of bodied up decently. So 7.5 there. Man, I may take it. 7.5 is a lot to give, folks. It's a lot to give. Alrighty. Warriors, Mavericks. Mavericks -3. I think I like the Mavericks here. We'll just swallow the 3. I think we just need somebody else to start stepping up for this Warriors team. We just saw the Mavericks start to step it up last game. I'm gonna say that they carry it over in the back-to-back as long as everybody's playing. Well, let's check NBA Fantasy Labs. We get anything else here? Let's go to them. Here we go. All right, some nice fresh news here. Kevin Hunter probable today. Onika Okongwu probable today. DeAndre Hunter ruled out. Trae Young questionable Thursday. Questionable with the calf, so maybe he sits this one out. So definitely we may have to stay away from Hawks plus 7.5 if Trae Young is not out there, or if he is even questionable. Not even probable, questionable. Not great there. All right, so that was all the breaking news. Let's see if we get anything else that's been out here. Victor Oladipo ruled out Thursday. So, yes, we are not taking the Rockets at all. We will not be taking the Rockets. We need the big 3 on the court together. Shake Milton, probable. Ben Simmons, probable. Some good signs there. All right, so that's all the news that we've got on who's in, who's out today. So we're definitely steering clear of the Hawks since we've got that Trae Young news. All right, here we go. 76ers and the Blazers. Blazers plus 8.5. Oof, tough here. 76ers should have no problem with this team. Embiid should eat all day down low. The Blazers really have nobody to stop it. So for that reason alone, we are going to stay away from the Blazers plus the points there. Yes, Damian Lillard's good, but when Joel Embiid can eat down low, it just demoralizes a team. It gets you out to a very, very big deficit, and you kind of have to score big in the fourth quarter to kind of overcome that. So going to stay away from Blazers plus 8. Rockets, Grizzlies, Rockets plus 3. Once again, we're staying away from that. That's not even great value anymore with Victor Oladipo not there and kind of unquestionable if we're getting a John Wall sighting. I would assume with Victor Oladipo not playing that John Wall would, but now I'm looking at the spread with them getting plus 3. I don't know what the heck is going on, but I know I don't like it, and we will stay away from it. And then the last game, Nuggets, Lakers, and I thought we would get some good value here. Nuggets plus 5, Lakers minus 5. Let's take this one. We're going to go Lakers here. We'll swallow the 5 points, unfortunately. It's just we saw what happened in the bubble last season. Let me double check this quickly. Here we go. The playoff bracket. When Lakers and Denver Nuggets faced last season, it was 4-1, folks. It was 4-1 Lakers taking care of the Denver Nuggets easy. Now, Denver and the Jazz, we picked the Jazz, and we were wrong because the Nuggets were still better than them. As we see last season, Denver beat the Jazz in Game 7 4-3. So the Denver Nuggets were better than the Jazz last season in the bubble, continued over to this season. Lakers were better than the Denver Nuggets last season in the bubble. I think it's going to transfer over because they can stop Jokic. They can stop him with AD on him. So we're going to put the Lakers into our moneymaker here. We're going to go Mavs minus 3, riding this kind of win streak. Warriors, we haven't seen anything, especially on the road. This Warriors team really doesn't step up the supporting cast. So we'll stick with Mavericks minus 3, and then we'll take Lakers minus 5 with the AD Jokic kryptonite minus 5. All right, so that's our moneymaker today. Let's switch over to the NFL. We've got quarter 2 to watch, folks. We watched quarter 1 yesterday on the show, and our notes, what did we write down here? We got them here. Here's what we said. Chiefs were moving on the first drive. Everything was great on that first drive. They got down to the 1-yard line, couldn't punch it in, but that's another thing that we've said was good for the Bucs, their red zone defense. We saw it here this game. We saw it last week against the Packers. Also, what we saw here, 3 neutral zone infractions on the Bucs, all in the first quarter, really hurting them a lot, giving the Chiefs extra momentum. And we know that this Bucs team is now on the ropes defensively because the Chiefs are just so much faster than them, especially Tyreek Hill over Davis, number 24, the cornerback, who cannot keep up with him at all. So let's pick up where we left off. the start of the second quarter. So here we go. Let's see, does our mind change any? Let's get our kind of notes here. So this is the first quarter. Let's mark it off. Let's start a second quarter tab here and see if we get any good information that will change our minds, because we are still rocking with Chiefs winning the Super Bowl and Chiefs minus 3.5. So here we go. Second quarter of the Week 12 matchup of what the Super Bowl is going to be. Here we go. Into halftime, I'm assuming. So here we go. After 2 full quarters of play, let's kind of see where we are here with the Super Bowl odds. And let's make our kind of it's dropped down to 3 now. As soon as we were going to take advantage of that 3-point hook, it goes right back down. It goes away. Damn, I was prepared to take the Bucs plus 3.5, but now that it's still Chiefs minus 3, I'm still going to rock with it, because yes, the Bucs defense is stopping them in the red zone, but we haven't seen them stop them anywhere else on the field. Now, we still have the third quarter and fourth quarter watch over the next 2 days, but until we see it, we're not going to root for it, we're not going to predict it, we're definitely not going to bet it. So, Chiefs minus 3 after 2 full quarters. We're still taking the Chiefs, but this is some promising signs here by this Bucs defense. Alrighty, that is going to do it for us today. We're back tomorrow watching quarter 3, breaking down the NBA, and if there's a surprise topic that pops up, there's a surprise topic that pops up. But hey, we are now 3 days out. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, big game. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. We're getting close to making our final solidified pick, but so far after 2 quarters, as we said, we're still rocking with Chiefs minus 3. So we're back tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Back tomorrow, noon Eastern, watching quarter 3, folks. Don't miss it. Don't want to miss it. All right, folks, we're out.